ladies and gentlemen. This is my second video. The second video on Uncle Dorkel. Yes, as I had mentioned in my first video, there was a lot of history. A lot of things happen when you're born very, very early in the century, the 19th century. Anyhow, somebody wanted to know what we did for Christmas back when I was a little boy. And when I was a little boy, because I was born in 1900, as I had mentioned, and being that I would say probably about 1910, I was 10 years old, and one of my Christmases I can remember when I was 10 years old, I wanted a bow and arrow set, and my mom and dad couldn't afford a bow and arrow set, so what my dad did is he went out in the woods and he got a piece of tree branch and made me a bow and some sticks and made some arrows, and he wrapped it up and he gave it to me for Christmas. I thought that was quite nice of him to do this. One year, we didn't have any money, and all I got was a lump of coal in my stocking. You know, you heard the saying about getting a lump of coal. Well, that year, I was not a good boy, and because of this, my mom and dad said, you ain't getting nothing for Christmas, and all you're going to get is a lump of coal. And believe it or not, Christmas morning, I woke up, I went up, looked under the Christmas tree, and I didn't find anything under the Christmas tree, and, well, in the stocking, they had something in it. I said, ooh, I find something in my stocking. It was a lump of coal. So, you know, you live and learn. So, boys and girls, take it from somebody who's an extremely old man. Be good to your parents. Appreciate what they do for you, because you may get a lump of coal also. And so, there's one other story I'd like to tell you before I leave you today. You gotta remember, I'm very old, so I don't have much stamina. I can't do a lot of things fast. I have to do them slow. You're probably wondering, looking at me, why one arm is longer than the other. Well, the reason is I'm right-handed when I'm using it. I was a woodsman, as I told you before, and I'm a right-handed person using an axe. Axe is pretty heavy. So swinging the axe out all the time, you know, bringing it back and swinging it out, it pulls on your arm, and throughout the years, keep doing that. It not only builds up your muscles, but it also stretches and makes your arm longer. Take it from somebody who's old, and they can tell you, such as myself. That's why my right arm is much longer than my left, because of all the swinging of the axe. I was a woodsman for many years. I started out being a woodsman when I was, I would say, I was about 15 years old. So that would make it 1915 when I started working in the woods with my dad. He was a wood chopper, and I was only a woodpecker. And once I got the training needed, then I became a wood chopper, and I was no longer a woodpecker. So, well, anyways, from 15 years old until I was about, I would say probably 35 or 40 years old. By that time, I was starting to wind down. You know, like an old spring, I just wind down. So then I figured I'd take it easy and work on my farm. Well, that's all I'm going to tell you now. Good day, everybody, and thank you very much for listening to me.